I believe missions don't die. They quietly starve from neglect. In part one of this series, we talked about how meaningful missions take a pause. In part two, we talked about how clarity, it's what gets you moving again. When you can see the next step, the fear you have starts to lose its grip. But even if you have clarity, even if you have a mission and vision, there's still one more reason many people fail to achieve greatness. It's when you try to do it all alone. It's when you try to work in a vacuum. You justify the behavior. I justify the behavior. Like you say to yourself, help is too expensive. I'm not ready to share this idea with people. I don't want to be judged. Or I don't want people to think I'm foolish. In this final part of the Unpause Your Mission series, we're talking about why progress accelerates when you stop building it alone and you start building it alongside the right people. This is the Scaling Therapist Podcast, where we help you turn what you already know into something that helps more people. It's time to put your mission in motion. There's a lot of people out there in the helping profession that are carrying regrets with them. They once tried to expand out of one-on-one therapy or services, and it didn't work, and they got stuck. And their idea, their framework, their program, their course, whatever they wanted to bring to life that could help a lot of people beyond the therapy room, stalled. And the mission paused, and they started working and believing that this is just the way life is. Not because the mission didn't matter, but because the next step was unclear. And in this series on how to restart your mission that you paused, we're exploring how meaningful work stalls, how it pauses, but also how to restart again. In the last episode, we talked about clarity and how clarity restores movement. But there's a final piece here that many people overlook. Trying to build a meaningful mission alone is difficult. And when you try to do it alone, you can stall. In this episode, we're going to talk about why progress accelerates when you build alongside people who care about the work you're trying to bring into the world. This is the Scaling Therapist Podcast, where we help mission-driven professionals turn their experience into meaningful courses, programs, and resources that change the world. When the next step becomes clear, the fear that we have inside of us loses its power. But there's one more reason why many missions stall. Even when people find clarity, they often feel like they're carrying the mission alone. This is exactly what happened to me when I think about the mentoring program I shared earlier in the series. One of the hardest parts wasn't the idea itself. It was realizing I was carrying it alone. I believed deeply in the mission, but I just didn't have people around me to speak truth into my life, to help me, to think through the next steps, to overcome obstacles when I got stuck. I didn't have people challenging my ideas of how I spent my time or money, strengthening me, sharpening me, encouraging me to keep going. And when you carry the mission all alone, eventually the weight of the no's, the weights of the barriers, the things that you don't know how to do or overcome, they become heavy enough and progress starts to slow down. In contrast, there's this powerful example from the book Crucial Influence. And I just love this example. It's about a communities around the world of women who gather regularly to support each other, building businesses. And they share their ideas. They talk through their plans. They offer advice based on their own experience. They even create microloans for one another to help businesses get started. But here's the important part of that idea. They're not just yes people and like, oh, that's a good idea. They don't approve every idea. They challenge each other. They question. They use their collective wisdom to help each other. And then they make stronger decisions together. They're invested. They're honest. They speak the truth. because everyone is invested in each other's success. The ideas that are approved, the ideas that get funded, are often the ones that are most likely to succeed. It's a community of people who generally want to watch out for each other and they want them to move forward. Well, here's the question for you then. Do you have that caring group of people in your life? Do you have people to pick you up when you start losing hope? Do you have somebody who can say to you, "Oh, that's just a terrible idea. Why don't you try this?" That's really the environment that many mission driven people are missing. They're not missing willpower. They're not missing purpose. They're not missing grit. They're not missing another degree or success. They don't need one more, the right marketing funnel to get people in. They're not missing motivation. They are often missing thoughtful people who care about their mission and want to help them succeed to build something meaningful, to bring it into life into this world. They need people who can say, "Well, that is a really good idea." Or maybe you should rethink that. Maybe you should look at it a different way. Maybe they could say, "This is how I solved that similar problem." When people build in that kind of environment where they can be honest and get feedback and they're open to feedback and they're open to giving feedback, the progress that you make is easier. The weight is less heavy and you're able to endure longer. This is often opposite of how we have been trained. In college and in grade school, you got punished. You got punished for copying the answers and taking these shortcuts and getting help from other people. You had to take the test and you had to pass it on your own. And we've carried that into work life. But real life doesn't really work like that. If you're the type of person who believes you have to figure everything out on your own and you're cheating if you get help from other people, you're going to burn out. We were trained to do it all on our own. We were trained to pass the test. We were punished if we tried to get help from others or take some shortcuts from people who had the answers. But listeners, meaningful missions that actually get done, that actually get put into practice, meaningful missions that come to life are rarely built alone. They grow stronger when people build alongside others who care. So I want you to know that most missions don't fail because they were impossible and that there was no way to do them. They stop or they pause because the people carrying them ran out of clarity and then there was nobody there to pick them back up. And that's the idea that inspired something I'm calling the Mission Lab. It's a space where people can have thoughtful conversations with other therapists, coaches, consultants, ministry leaders who want to build meaningful work and bring it to life in the real world. It's a place where they can get together to share ideas, to help each other think through the next steps, to support each other as they move forward, and to do it with grace and humility, not with pressure, but with encouragement, with honesty, with feedback that is life-giving, because meaningful work grows stronger when people build it together. If you're somebody who feels like you have a mission in your life and it's been paused, the first place is to return to why you did it, to get that clarity and to find out your next step. That's what the Unpause playbook is designed to help you find. You can download it and begin identifying your next step forward. And if you have the time and energy and you want to build it alongside others who are doing the same thing, you're going to receive regular invitations in the mail for the monthly Mission Lab working sessions. Just make sure you subscribe to the emails so that you can get the next Mission Lab dates. I want you to remember, you don't have to have the whole plan mapped out ahead of time. You don't need to be perfect. You just need some clarity on what you're doing and the next step you're going to take. And it makes it so much easier to accomplish this when you have a few people around you who care enough about you to walk that journey with you. It's time to unpause your mission, take that next step with a group of people so you can put your mission in motion. I want to talk to the person who has had a mission in their life, a calling, but they have not done any work on it in quite a while. Your mission is still there. It's still valid. It still matters. It's taken a pause. And it's not because of you. It's not because you weren't capable. It might be because you just didn't know what the next step to take was. You were missing clarity. And it might be because you were trying to do it all alone. Here's what I want you to remember. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to have the full plan. You just need to start taking one clear step forward and walking with people who can help carry you. That's how meaningful work gets done. You take the next step and you don't work alone. If you're ready to take the next step, I ask you to download the Unpause playbook. It's going to give you some refresher on your mission, vision, and a clear next step. If you're ready to start moving again with other people, make sure you sign up for the emails and look for the emails that say when the next Mission Lab is going to happen. The Mission Lab is a monthly event where we get together and we work on our mission together. It's accountability and support group. You don't have to do this alone. Let us help you. And now it's time to unpause your mission and put it back in motion. We'll see you next week. Finally, special thanks to our pro sponsors in the Scaling Therapist Services directory: ARC Integrated, TheraSAS CRM, Guest Compliance Consulting, Freedom Business Solutions, HeyBoss.co, and Profit Comes First. These are companies helping therapists grow their reach and build meaningful work. If you'd like to get listed as a pro level sponsor, go to Scaling Therapist. Professional. If you'd like to be mentioned at the end of the show as a pro level sponsor, please go to scalingtherapistservices.com and sign up for a pro level sponsorship. We'll be in touch.